Alrighty, torches for map number 1. As in the bottom right-hand corner, the blue Terran player here is GuMiho, taking on our red Zergi. In the top right, Rogue. Both of them 0-1 to start the Korean Royale Group B. Hence both looking for some bounce back, as that's an early SCV on the map from GuMiho. Maybe it's some cheesy time. As we go straight across the map. There's a second SCV moving as well, so it is going to be the double racks proxy. Alright, fun little start coming around the sides. Yeah, I didn't see SCV3, but 3-Rex proxy. It's my fault, guys. I said, surely this one gives us a longer game. I should have said, surely this one's going to be a cheesy matchup, right? Couple barracks on the way still then. I mean, Rogue is mining gold minerals to access this side of the map, and that's not exactly going to help you in terms of having money to defend. Because those are drones that are not mining efficiently to open this space, right? So it does make your life a bit tougher. And Rogue is now realizing no command center with the overload across the map, so he's realizing now it's going to be time to figure out a defense. The bunker drops, the first SCV and Marine showing up, and we get this action underway. Drones are going to pull. Straight down to the low ground, couple lings popping out. Gonna try and chase in for the Marine. The drone's going through. Got a couple of drones onto the SCV, which is important. Try and deny that bunker, make life a lot easier if you don't let that bunker go up. Next SCV is going to get caught as well. They took a lot of damage. I don't like this for GuMiho, but he will kill an Overlord. That is going to be a supply block for Rogue. Don't love those drones still being down there, as we do get rid of that bunker that was building, so that goes down. Queen's obviously now joined up, going to be a big part of this defense. Spine is finished building, going to try and bring that right to the front to defend the high ground. This is a high ground defense, right? So that's going to help you. It's going to make it so that you have to run up this ramp before you can fight. So you're going to take shots before you can do much else. GuMiho starts to step back, but he needs to do more right now, realistically. I'm just going to nibble through these rocks. We're going to try and go from a different direction, I guess, to kind of end this, but I just feel like you're going to have to make a play to try and end this more than anything else right now. Spine crawler coming through. We've seen a few Marines coming about. The depot on the way. 2 more spines on the other side. The SCV is going to pull us, so it's the right call. I mean, Rogue just presuming he knows what this is going to be, and he's not wrong, to be honest. That spine behind the Evo is cute as well. The SCVs will not be able to get a wraparound on said spine crawler. And GuMiho, he's going to come around the right side, which is very smart because he's recognized that Rogue has opened this up. To be fair, he had the SCVs to open it up himself as well, so this is going to outposition Rogue a little bit. Suddenly we're panicking. We're like, oh god, so now we have access to the main base, and in we go! The 3 racks of Marines from GuMiho just wander into the main. And this is genuinely very awkward. I'm going to move spines forward. I mean, I guess we're just going to defend the natural here. As Rogue, he's just going to say, cool, those units are trapped and they can't get out. You'll have to rebuild a spine crawler, but I mean, in theory, nothing else gets to really join in. A couple lings across the map. I mean, a lot of lings across the map, to be fair. GuMiho's supply blocked. He's actually probably not expecting to, have to build more units right now because he was probably expecting to, lose some in the fight, but it just kind of worked out so well. It's not been the case. Now SCVs have to pull off the mineral line to repair. Marines are returning back home. Rogue's going to start building a Rotron. I like that because he has to rebuild something because the spawn pool's going down. Rotron is not a terrible choice, I think. Not a terrible choice. Those Marines and the SCV still gather. Let's just have the Spine the drones gather up. The road drone will finish very soon. More depots on the way. Across the map, those lings get cleaned up, so they will go down. Rogue supply is not great, as we have high ground vision, so we can get free shots off here. The spine is in perfect range of that bunker. The roaches obviously now will start a build, will make this a lot better defense. Try to come through. See where we can go to, is just have, again, just poking away, but it's going to make this entire situation just a little bit weird for the next couple of moments. Actually going to see the breakout here from GuMiho. Comes down this ramp, and he is actually going to try and break through these spines. The Roaches and Ravagers doing what they can. Is it enough? Pulling the Ravagers back, he's going to bile down his own Overlord. No, he actually misses his own Overlord. The Roaches and Ravagers are enough defense. GG says GuMiho. The attempt was good, but it was not good enough in the end. And that is going to be that. Rogue takes game number 1 off of a bit of a crazy scenario. Game 2 starts with GuMiho. Top right side, the blue Terran player. Up against the red Zerg, bottom left Rogue, who had the right defense in the end when the final push came through. He was able to hold it off and get himself the dub. It was scary at moments, but like I say, he made the right preparations to undo a lot of that towards the tail end. Hatchery comes into place. And then kind of slows the barracks, the gas going through. SCVs on the way. And set up here initially. Super orbital coming up, hatch gas pool coming down. Let me take a few moments to see where this goes. We really have been speeding through the games today, so I would love to see a longer game, especially GuMiho Rogue. I feel like there's a good chance of giving us like a fun, longer TvZ as well. Plans into finishing soon. Factory on the way. People will nibble at the hatch. And yeah, looks to be coming through and set up initially. Seeing where we can go with this over these next few moments. Command center, the starport all coming about. The orbital command coming through as well. SCV and the Hellion also building. The link speed on the way right now. Link speed is about to finish up. And that Reaper will head back toward the natural these next few moments. A peaceful start to game 2. Things coming about. Banshee and the Hellions coming online. Still got that cloaking coming by. And again, just getting the drones flare, building through. Marine will come over. Hellions and the Reaper dive by. I'm gonna get cleaned up. Just take a step away. Again, drones coming about, Black Hill building through. Got the Banshee, got the cloaking coming about, the armory and the couple factories still coming in as well. Yeah, those few drones building. Spores in the Bailey Nest coming by as well. Again, a little bit of everything coming through for the moment. Just getting all of that on the way. I'm actually going to go mech here as GuMiho with the extra factories, so get that started. Hyperfly Rotor is going to be very traditional kind of battle mech here from GuMiho, perhaps. We'll see how many of the Banshees he wants to end up making. But it is exciting to see GuMiho playing some mech. We're actually going to see it go up against the Spire, so the fast mutas here. Pretty nice against the Banshees, actually. Yeah, I didn't realize he's already on Cloak, so he's going to have Hyperfly Rotors as well. So he definitely wants to keep building Banshees. In that case, the Spire is actually very useful, as the Hellions are going to try and dart in at the front. The Queen's out of position. The Ling's looking to try and be the defense here as they come through. Those Hellions taking a bunch of damage. Couple of drones going down. It's going to be 5, 6 workers going down. Now 7. That should be about it for the moment. Hyperfly Rose is just about to be done. Got the +1 vehicle plate and the Smack Field Accelerator. Coming through too. Those Hellions are back though, and Rogue is in some trouble. Those drones are dropping quickly. Like the preparation, obviously, because you're trying to play a Ling Muta, you're obviously not really well prepared to play against. You know, obviously just Hellions that are diving into you all the time, and being out of position a little bit is causing Rogue a lot of issues. The Mutas are out, but honestly, I'm not sure I'm super confident in these mutas getting much done. Cyclones are building. Just do not feel like this is the start you kind of wanted it to be at all. Rogue is down 10 workers in this game. The Cyclone's going to lock on. Muta's not super high in number just yet. They're scanning to attempt to get some kills, but they do at least get out of reach. So the mutas protect themselves. And +1 flyer attack is on the way. The additional mutas coming up. The mainland speed finishing very shortly. We'll be seeing those SCVs repairing up the Banshees as well. As the mutas try and get a catch on them. Like I said, the mutas getting the Banshees would be a really nice cleanup so you don't have to deal with that harassment throughout. That would be great, but not really happening just yet as we get 6 SCVs with a little Bane run by over on the third base. And Rogue trying to claw his way back into this. We'll continue to play mutas here against this mech army, which is going to be, like I said, I think generally pretty tough going for him over these next few moments, honestly. Cyclone's being chased down. Muta's actually getting a good few kills. Cyclone's got some return lock-ons though, so both players are going to take losses. We've got melee and carapace upgrades coming through. That overload speed coming up as well. Mutas and Lings just continuing by as the Banshee Alien Cyclone production continues. +2 vehicle plating going to be a part of all this. Some few missile turrets coming up as well. Ling's going to gather over to the side. The Baneling's joining up. Infestation pit coming through. Cyclone stepping back into the center. Link Bane Muta all coming up. The infestation pit is nearly done. +2 flyer attack is coming in as well, as we still see the Mutalisks in production right now as we are set up. Still equal on supply. It looks good for GuMiho. Obviously, you got to keep maintaining control against those Mutas. They can get out of hand if you do let them, so just got to be careful with that. Got to, you know, look after ourselves here. Otherwise, this could definitely get away from you sooner rather than later. So, reasons to stay concerned. Hive building. Cyclone is going to cancel the hatchery. And yeah, nice easy grab on that already. Team's getting cleaned up now. The Hellion Cyclone pulling back around into the middle again. This way GuMiho can obviously start getting aggressive. Now you actually have to be able to fight this army, and that's going to be the question mark. I would say it just comes down to Banelings. Can we get enough Banes to kind of slam into these Cyclones and Hellbats? You have the creep spread right now to give you a helping hand. The first wave of Hellbats going down quickly. No surrounds. Some links on the other side. Something to maybe catch those Cyclones in position a bit might have been very helpful, but doesn't happen here just yet. Infernal Pre-Igniter still coming through. Yeah, we have a ton of Banshees, by the way, just in case you didn't realize. The fact that there's this many Banshees, but we're playing against Mutas is kind of a little crazy. Like I said, Rogue is definitely a bit trapped on this Link Bane Muta comp. He can't really go anywhere. I'm surprised GuMiho got to this Banshee count well up against Mutas. I would have just given up on that production and just moved on to other things, but I mean, if they don't get caught, they're still very effective, and as you can see, they continue to move around and having a good time, so... And now, everything is A-okay. Knock down another Creep Tumor. And +2 vehicle weapons, +3 vehicle plating coming through as well. Additional Cyclones just coming up. The missile turret's on the way by. The Planetary Fortress is coming up as well. Command centers in production, as we do see our hatchery there is going to get jumped on the Ling Bing and make a dive forward. We're going to get in toward those Cyclones and we're going to start exploding. That was not, it didn't really feel like it was it, did it? Banshees on this bottom side come through. They take down another hatch and we got ourselves the Mutas trying to intercept, but this time the Overseers can't keep up, so yeah, no speed. They do have Overlord speed, but there's not enough speed to catch those Banshees, and so we do not get the detection. Combination of speed and cloak is effective, huh? You would have thought. Well, the Ling Bane just gets over to that left-hand side. I mean, what is fun here is that we're getting into a later game scenario. Like, we're getting what we kind of wanted to see. Some of the Banes on the left there, jumping through, trying to do some work. We have ourselves the +2 vehicle weapons, the +2 vehicle, +3 vehicle plating as well from GuMiho, so his upgrade's still looking good. The Ultras are going to be interesting because I just don't know how much these Ultras are going to be able to do to catch these units. If you can sneak some Infestors in, and then you're kind of playing with those Fungals, then I can believe a lot more in the Ultras, but right now I don't see how the Ultras get the connections necessary to kind of make this situation work out. As we do see a chunk of Ling Bane looking to get to the top of the map here. And get pushed away. A couple Cyclone lock-ons coming through to get some kills in return at least. The rest of the Cyclones coming back over the left side. I feel like those Lings could have gone for a better attempt of a surround. Like, they kind of just stopped and started playing, whereas maybe their goal was to truly wrap around and stop the movement. We are going to turn back into the Cyclones on the left. We're getting some kills, don't be wrong, this was not a completely ineffective play. GuMiho loses supply. Rogue has to rebuild instantly. 7 Ultras on the way. Actually giving themselves the chance to get in with the Mutas because a lot of these Cyclones are not in good enough numbers anymore, so the Mutas actually showing some value too. That was not bad from Rogue. That was actually, like, don't get me wrong, I don't think that was an efficient trade. But in a game where you're, you know, having more bases in theory than your opponent, that's the sort of trade you should be able to take as long as you play it out correctly from here on out. Things trying to get the wraparound again. Banshees not getting caught, man. Those Banshees are so slippery. They're so hard to catch. They can slip out of anything, it feels like. Like, if mutas aren't catching them, what does catch them? I'm really surprised we haven't just tried it out on a couple of infests. I know Rogue's not super rich, but I do feel like the potential of fungal growth would just really give him... To me, it would give him a chance. More so than what we're seeing right now, which is not much of a chance. Good attempted surround, and that does give the Ultras a chance to catch up as well. And Rogue is actually looking as though he might be able to win this fight, jumping onto the Planetary Fortress. The Cyclones will now get their way through some more of those Ultras, but this base is going to go down. And the Ultras are still kind of headbutting at the front door. More mutas on the way up. We're actually going to get some mutas starting to reach the Banshees a little bit. As we continue to chase, it gets worse for Rogue, obviously running into static defense and wall-offs, and just giving the Cyclones even more time to kite is only going to be problematic in the long run. The rest of those Lings just moving around, going to get a scan down, knock down a few more of those Zerglings as well. Those 3 vehicle weapons, the Cyclones and the Hellions all coming through. We're just going on the rebuild on GuMiho. Lost a bunch of SCVs. Like I said, I think this is a good enough fight for Rogue to keep him in the game, but long term, I'm not convinced just yet. Let's move back around to the bottom side. We have our +3 vehicle weapons coming up. The Raven on the way through as well. Seeing the meters. Still getting some cleanups. I'm just surprised that Rogue, for some of the fights that he's had, I really felt like he would have been able to get out into, like I say, just a little bit more tech, a couple of infestors or so, and it's just not happened. Like I say, it's kind of surprised about it. I feel like the more this goes on, the more it feels like Rogue is really just hanging on in there more so than anything else. And man, we're finally building a Thor. Is this our first Thor of the game? I think we can be a bit critical to GuMiho that's taken him 17 minutes to build a Thor in this scenario. Thors are great. They're amazing against mutas, and it obviously would have fit right into this army. As you just would have stopped the mutas flying around moments like this, jumping on these Cyclones. And yes, it takes away from some of your mobility, but even if you just leave the Thors a bit further back, I think there's a lot that they can just do back there. These Banelings will catch some of these units. 11 meters coming through. Do you see the Nidus networks continue to come in? Changelings just stepping forward. Hellbat's going to get in after those. Cyclones and the Hellions gathering up. A scan coming down. The Banshees would like to make their way over here. Is going to lock on once again. A couple of those mutas taking damage. I mean, the drone's trying to mine off this hatchery, but the Banshee's going to go through this. These Banshees are being incredible, by the way. Like, I can't believe how much they've been able to do this game. Because these Banelings get pretty good connections. GuMiho a little bit too slow and kind of getting away from those. And give them an option. As this Thor goes down quickly, very separated from the rest of the army. Got a couple of shots off, but not enough to then follow up on any of those meters, unfortunately. The chaos of the Nidus networks might help a lot for Rogue. Send things on kind of the attack I was expecting to be scary, though. It's a distraction, however. And Rogue going to take the chance to run the mutas around that right-hand side, going after the refinery. Chased away by the Cyclones. Another couple scans still coming through. One more Cyclones building up. Scan to the upper left-hand corner. CC's coming in, missile turret coming through. The army going to get to the front and pick off some more of these group tumors here. Mutaz will take that chance to go and, again, try and chase down these Banshees that have been so freaking frustrating all game long. As they try and kill off an Ultra out of these Banshees, they're going to get cornered. Oh my god, it's finally the end. I can't believe those Banshees have been such a mainstay of this game. Finally going down. You can see how the Ultras just melted there on their own. I really think we could have gotten an Infestor. 2-3 Infestors over the course of this, surely affordable, surely it's something we could have gotten. Hey, the Muta's actually going to win against these Cyclones for the moment, but we are losing on the bottom side of the map, so that's an issue. Auto turrets even going down over there. Having to burrow up drones over on this side. The Baling's coming through to try and crash through those Cyclones, and the biggest issue for Rogue is it's a very trade out. You know, it's a big trade out. And the problem with trading out is that GuMiho had a bank. I will say I think Rogue actually took some good fights here. Like, the Mutas did well on this top side. The Balins did what they needed to bottom right. The Banshees are finally gone. Is there a world or a way? Is there a world or a way in which we see Rogue just continuing through now? GuMiho's bank is disappearing, man. Like, don't get me wrong, Rogue's losing a lot of workers, but that Cyclone count being reset is going to give the Mutas a really scary option as they attack through here. Wants that orbital, but doesn't want to give up units freely, chasing it into the Cyclones. That makes a lot of sense. Good call, being responsible with the movement there. Just continue over. That orbital going to go down. The rest of the Mutas still chasing about. The Ling's getting in after the Cyclones. This Ultra goes down as well. I mean, the issue for Rogue is that attacking in to end the game is going to always be difficult. He'll trade with these missile turrets. He basically has to harass GuMiho to death, which means that, like I say, those few units trying to headbutt at the front door were never going to be super successful. That one Ultra going to get locked onto is going to be an issue. I like the Mutas again rid of this base, but they're probably going to have to pull back over here. If Bane's finish, they will get forward, and GuMiho didn't think they were going to finish. To take some damage. Mutas intercept some Cyclones would be great, obviously. Can't say no to that. The Mutas are doing great, but I still think we need them to play the defense. I think we're needing them to hold off this main army in the end. Once the orbital is going to just let some Mutas go down to get it, so he will kill off another base that GuMiho was relying on for the mining. More Cyclones coming up. A lot of Lings on the way as well from Rogue. He just tries to afford anything he can. We're at the point where both these players have no bank accounts left. Rogue trying to find a fight. Anti-arm missile strike, and the Mutas trying to cut the corner on the Cyclones. We'll get a few of them, but doesn't want to chase too far. That should... I mean, if you're going to pull back the Mutas, you shouldn't be chasing forward with the Ultras either, though. That said, I mean, I think GuMiho is going to run out of stuff before Rogue does. And I say that just as then the Cyclones are going to chase... Like, I don't know why Rogue didn't commit there. I feel like the Mutas were absolutely fine to get on top of the Cyclones. Like, we're going to commit in again now. What's better about this fight that wasn't there before? Nothing, really. I mean, maybe this is what he was afraid of. The Cyclones actually getting rid of the Mutalist count a little bit. Doesn't matter, though. It's going to work out. GG. God darn it. It is going to be Rogue that takes it down and takes the 2-0. What a ridiculous game in the end.